Have you been on social media in the last 12 hours? Out of curiosity.
Yeah, I've been on social a little bit. I hope you ain't talking about all the folks that didn't have diddly squat poo to say after 2 weeks ago. All of a sudden, want to show out. I know you ain't talking about the folks that was silent all game.
Well, you made the rounds this week prior to the game when you said that Caleb Williams is a detriment to Chicago.
Yeah, well, for the first 3.5 quarters,
definitely the truth.
I wouldn't say that.
I was not impressed by him until there was 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter. I thought, and again, I understand maybe you want to use the excuse of why his completion percentage is so bad is because the sheer amount he throws the ball away, which we saw a ton of last night. But I didn't think he made any big time throws until.
Dude, he threw the ball away more than he had completed passes through the first 3 quarters.
Yeah.
Throwing it away.
He loved doing that. It was actually rather entertaining the amount that he threw the ball out of bounds, and then he had the one big intentional Grandin call.
Oh, Cairo Santos is huge. He hit that 51-yarder.
Yeah, that was big. That was a big kick. But then here's the thing, Kyle. That overtime touchdown throw by Caleb Williams. That's a big time throw.
Yeah, by a number 1 overall pick that has an arm. He's a good quarterback. He's just extremely inconsistent. Extremely inconsistent. You saw the level of inconsistencies in both games against the Packers. He has magical moments, but then he has a lot of inconsistencies where, again, for me, when I look at it, if that team, because the Bears are, I'm going to tell you one thing, the Bears are a resilient football team. They didn't give up. They fought all the way to the end. Now
Six fourth quarter come from behind wins this season.
You give them a consistent quarterback, which one day maybe Caleb Williams develops into that, but you give them a quarterback that actually is consistent, who can complete passes, can lead the team throughout 4 quarters of a game instead of having to play, Magic Man in the end. That's a different result, but you're playing with fire.
Yeah.
You're playing with fire. That team, what they do is their defense isn't that great, but they force turnovers when they needed it.
The Bears have 11 wins. 6 of them are come from behind. Fourth quarter overtime wins, which is just a bizarre stat. We've done this before. We've compared the Bears to the Vikings of a few years ago that lost to Daniel Jones and the Giants in the wild card weekend, but they won a bunch of games, and it just felt a little fluky, which it was. Me and Tausch agreed on this, and I'm curious where you're going to fall in this, because I think it is incredibly likely that the Packers and the Bears face on Wild Card Weekend. It is incredibly likely that the Packers and Bears do this for a third time, a rubber match coming up Wild Card Weekend.
Likely, huh? I mean, it ain't over yet.
It's like 49%. There's a high probability of those two teams matching up.
There's 3 teams. Well, I'll let you finish asking the question. Because I was going to poke holes in the fact that this ain't over yet. The Packers win 2 games. The Bears lose 2 games. The Lions win 3. It looked different.
The Packers won't lose out. Malik Willis would beat the Ravens.
No, I'm saying the Packers win 2 games. The Bears lose 2 games.
You're saying they could win the division.
And the Lions win 3 games. We're having a different conversation.
The Bears are locked in with a singular Lions loss.
Yep. That's what it takes.
Which could happen today. Aaron Rodgers plays the Lions today.
They're in Denver. My goodness. They're in Detroit or they're in Pittsburgh.
I don't know where that game is. Let me look.
If it's in Detroit, you can lock that one in.
It is. It's in Detroit.
Detroit's going to score a lot.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think when you, regardless, I don't know. I don't know what to make of the lot. I don't know what to make of a lot of teams in the NFL this year, and that's been the story all season, right? Is you really don't know what to make of each and every team. But what I will say, Kyle, is the parody's fun. But me and Tausch came to the agreement that we're no longer poo-pooing the Chicago Bears. I'm no longer going to call them frauds. I'm no longer going to say, hey, I'm not a believer. I don't think they can win the Super Bowl by any means. But the way they came back again last night, and again, the Packers made so many errors, and it's almost entertaining at this point. The new way the Packers come up with ways to creatively self-inflict wounds on themselves. The way they do that is almost entertaining at this point. It's a new way to lose. They're so creative with it. It's ridiculous. But I'm probably done poo-pooing the Bears as frauds. Again, I don't know that they're a Super Bowl team, but I think they're a good team and they're well coached. And Caleb Williams is certainly a good quarterback. He's got a lot of growing to do. He's a young quarterback, but that throw in overtime was a big time.
That was a great throw.
Big time.
It was a great throw. It's a throw that you expect from a former Heisman Trophy winner. It's a throw you expect from a guy that's won games in college, won games in the NFL.
I mean, dude, the way you talked about him this week, you made it sound like he was quarterback 29 in the league.
Yeah, I would say throughout most of this game,
how many quarterbacks in the NFL make that throw?
I mean, a lot. I would say 15. 15. Listen.
I think that's high.
You think that's high?
I do, yeah.
I mean, you look at the top 10 quarterbacks in the NFL. Yeah, they can make that throw. Dime balls. People drop dime balls all the time. Now, obviously, Malik Willis had a little cleaner pocket when he made that throw to Romeo Doubs. No, quarterbacks make that throw all the time, man. When you're in the NFL, starters, number 1 overall picks. I can promise you this. I can bet you out of the quarterbacks that were taken in the first round 2 years ago, most of them can make that ball.
46-yard touchdown?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. It was a good pass. I'm not taking anything away from it. It was a good pass. It was a good pass. It was a dime ball. It was a good pass in a big moment. It was a great catch and pass. They put the game away. They did. Listen, they put the game away. I give credit where credit is due, and that was a dime ball. On the blitz, on the zero blitz, for Caleb Williams to identify who the open man was and put it in a perfect spot, another great pass.
800-990-3776. Who do you blame the most for the Packers' collapse in Chicago last night? 22-16, the loss in overtime. The Packers now 9-5-1. So much blame to go around, but who do you blame the most? Kyle, before we get to Greg, who is a firefighter on the Cardinals Talking text line, I want you to answer that.
Yeah, I mean, the blame goes, and I hate to put it like this, but it's real. The blame goes down to Romeo Doubs. I am faulting Romeo Doubs for botching that and dropping that, but that's football. It happens. But when I talk about where the blame goes there. He secures that ball at that point. You put yourself in a great position because even if the Chicago Bears the Packers have to punt somehow after that, right? Because the Chicago Bears somehow are able to stop the clock and they get the ball back with not a lot of time left. They don't have any timeouts left. They have to drive the whole length of the field to score a touchdown. That was literally the worst case scenario in that was you flubbing that up. So at the end of the day, it falls on Romeo Doubs not putting the game away. I know Brinson had the face mask, but the defense was able to overcome that. I know that Keyshawn Nixon had the blown coverage in the end, but again, at the end of the day, you were one play away from putting yourself in a position where you can almost finish the game off. And so it falls on Romeo Doubs. And I think he said it, 100% on him. So it is Romeo Doubs' fault that the Green Bay Packers lost the game yesterday. But on to the next one, on to Baltimore. That's all you can do.
Yeah, well, sure. But that's not what we're going to do today. We're only talking about this game today. We might look ahead a little bit.
No. We don't need to look ahead, Stroke. This is a reaction show.
Given the hit Jordan Love took, and I talked to Jason about this last night. He'll join us in about 15 minutes. I don't know if he's playing next week. That's a big time hit. And again, I want to get to Greg here in a second, Kyle, but you and I are in agreement. Not a dirty hit, right?
No.
That's just a bang play.
It's football.
Right.
I mean,
Love
Jordan Love put his head down there. I mean, I will say this: the Bears were playing a little extra chippy. I think they were taking some extra shots.
And he took a hit earlier where he landed on his other shoulder. Thankfully, his good shoulder.
Yeah.
And I didn't love it.
Yeah, that's
football.
Typically,
man.
Typically they're taught now when you hit the quarterback, you try not to put your body weight on. The Bears are leaning on yesterday. The Bears, because they had openly admitted to the fact that, they talked about it before the game. They were a little bit tight before the game in Green Bay. The owner came in and talked to them before the game, and that threw them off a little bit. So they wanted to prove something this game, and I think they weren't really concerned about laying it on the Green Bay Packers a little bit when it came to some extracurricular, a little bit illegal stuff. That's what it is.
Let's talk about it on Sunday Karma. 800-990-3776 is the Cardinals Talking text line. Who do you blame the most for the Packers' collapse in Chicago? We start with Greg, who is a firefighter. Greg, you are on Sunday Karma. Go ahead.
Good morning, guys, and thank you for the therapy last night. I was up till 2 a.m. listening just to the calls, and there were some, which is an anomaly. There were definitely some respectful Bear fans calling in.
Yeah, wasn't that crazy, Greg? That was maybe my most surprising takeaway from the post-game show last night was the fact that, and again, we had plenty of trolls who called in, but we knew they were going to drop F-bombs, so we didn't take some of those calls. But some of the ones we took, they were like very nice and respectful because this is a fan base, frankly, Greg, that I am not a fan of overall, and they don't know how to win. Like they're just awful. The guys I called in last night, though, they were respectful and I didn't mind interacting with them, minus the fact I told one of them I hated him last night. But anyway, Greg, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, you're good. No, just to answer your question, ultimately you have to put the blame, and I know there was a lot of people that were calling for Bisaccia. I mean, he's not the one muffing the onside kick. So it is 100% on Dobbs. The 2 touchdowns that don't happen if he just secures that kick. I mean, you can just, if he gets out of the way, it probably goes out of bounds. And whether that's a coaching issue by Bisaccia, I actually coached special teams in high school for 12 years. I don't know the rules anymore on how they're allowed to line up for the onside kick, so I can't speak to that. But we also had guys in the back. We would practice hands team. In high school level, you get about 5 minutes of practice for special teams, and got to get hands in. Even though if we weren't very good, we probably wouldn't see an onside kick that week, but we had to be ready for it. So again, from the eye test, it looks like Dobbs, but maybe it is deeper. Maybe it is Bisaccia. Maybe maybe they weren't coached up right. So it starts and ends there. It was a great game, to overcome all those obstacles. But that game doesn't go any further if he just fields it. But
yeah,
I just wanted to touch on something with you guys, and I was thinking about it this morning, sure. And it's kind of coincidental that Wildy's going to be on it because we talked for about 5 minutes about this, and it was more along the lines of just of playoff losses going back to 1999 or 1998, excuse me, with the Broncos loss. But there's a quote from a movie called The Revenant, and Packer fans, if you're my age, I'm 41, have seen every possible way to lose a game. And it's been in the playoffs. It's always come in the playoffs in this soul-crushing fashion. But the quote is, I ain't afraid of dying. I had done it already. And, for Packer fans, this was just a 100% replay of the championship game against the Seahawks. I was like, I've seen this movie before. What is going on? So Packer fans, we should be a little bit numb to it. We should have some thick skin. I mean, we've seen this exact play happen before, almost to a T. But I will, you were talking about Bear fans earlier, and I'll tell you this. I'm down here in Kenosha where it's 50-50 split, and, they're taking their victory lap this morning, spiking the ball. I've got a bunch of texts this morning I'm waking up to, and I'll tell you guys this, and I'll put it on the airwaves. The Bears will not win another game in this season.
I love it, Greg.
I love it.
Greg, before you go, real quick.
Another game.
Greg, before you go, I want to say, did any of those Bears fans text you after the game where the Packers won 2 weeks ago?
Oh no, and that's the Kyle. You talked about this. They just don't know how to win. They don't know how to win because they just want to be relevant. Yeah. And they want to be relevant, and they want to have their but you haven't been able to do it. You have to live vicariously through other teams beating the Packers, and the Bears for the last 4 years have been an afterthought in my football watching life. Like I've never there'd be some games where we'd lose, but I've always taken the high road. That's out the window. I'm going to spike the ball so hard, and I've already told them, I was like, you're not going to – I said the same thing in my text and my responses. It's on now. You're not going to win another game till 2026. So it's a done deal. If they make the playoffs, they're done.
Yeah, well, Greg, there's a really good shot the Packers end their season, right? I mean, I think we're getting a rubber match in 2 weeks or 3 weeks in the wild card.
I don't even think that.
I do.
I don't even think that. I honestly, the 49ers still believe that they're going to have a shot in their division. So the 49ers are going to have everything to play for. So will Detroit. They got to go out to San Francisco.
But the Bears, I think, with the win last night, make the playoffs no matter what. Now they have 11 wins.
No, that's not true. It's not. It's literally not true. The Packers went out and the Lions went out. The Bears don't make the playoffs. I'm just letting you know that right now.
So the Bears would be 11-6, the Lions would be 11-6, the Packers would be 11-5. Like that's assuming the Bears lose out, the Packers and the Lions both win out. The Packers with 2 left, the Lions with 3 left.
As Greg just said, there is a possibility that they don't win another game, but there's a possibility they don't make the playoffs.
Yeah.
The Pittsburgh's not that good. It's the question.
I understand that, but I think Chicago's better still than everybody's giving them credit for.
I'm not saying that, but I'm saying the schedule they have is tough. You tell me this, Strofe. Jordan Love doesn't get hurt in that game. You think the Packers are falling apart like that?
No.
Okay. You think the Packers are for sure not scoring?
But then again, I don't know that you can put it on. I don't think you can put the blame on Love getting hurt. Malik Willis was awesome for them.
Yeah, Malik Willis is awesome, but has limitations when it comes to the way you.
But there's other issues. There's other issues. They're 0 for 5 in red zone. 0 for 5. They won time of possession by 13 minutes.
I get it. 0 for 5, and most of those were with Malik Willis at quarterback. I think it was 3 and 2, right? Because I think Jordan Love let him downfield for 2 of them.
Yeah, so I don't know. We'll continue to take your calls, your texts. I see a bunch of texts rolling through on the text line as well, 800-990-3776. We got to hit a timeout. When we come back, we'll continue to play the blame game. Jason Wilde at 10:30. We will continue to try to make this one make sense, as it was just a gross, ridiculous, ugly collapse by Green Bay as they fall 22-16 in overtime to the Chicago Bears. We will continue to play the blame game. That is next on Sunday Karma.
This is Sunday Karma on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
I had nightmares at my birth mom's house. It was really scary living there. There were always drugs in the house. The police came, and that's when I was placed into foster care.
Right now in the U.S., more than 100,000 children like Ariana are waiting for a family.
Once I was adopted, I definitely felt safe.
Help the Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption find permanent homes for children in foster care. Learn more at davethomasfoundation.org.
There are 12 months in the year.
12 hours on the clock.
12 signs of the zodiac.
12 days of Christmas.
12 apostles.
And 12 wow items at Kessler's.
And 12 wow items at Kessler's.
And a partridge in a pear tree.
One of the coolest wow items is only $48.
It's a paperclip chain made out of gold-plated sterling silver.
Very cool. And just $48.
We have wow tennis bracelets for just $1,998.
Wow 10-carat tennis necklaces.
Wow engagement rings.
A wow toggle heart bracelet.
And it's just $168.
Wow diamond pendants.
And a fantastic wow snowflake pendant in sterling silver.
With blue color-enhanced diamonds. Blue!
And it's just $163. Kessler's is the place to be for you and me.
And blue diamonds are you diamonds.
The thing is wow. The time is now.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
For the location of the Kessler's nearest you and our holiday hours, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
Time's running out. It's the final chance of 2025 to save big at the Last Call Savings Event. This month at Kunis, get 0% APR financing for 60 months on select new vehicles across multiple brands. Or take advantage of huge discounts and rebates on all new in-stock cars, trucks, and SUVs from Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC. Thinking pre-owned? Check your local dealer website for a new selection of discounted pre-owned super specials and shop our group-wide inventory of over 700 pre-owned under 20 grand and over 300 under 10 grand. Plus, we have great service specials on brakes, tires, and oil changes. Hurry in. When 2025 ends, so do the savings. Start your search today at shopkunis.com. 0% APR financing for 60 months on select models with approved credit through OEM lenders. Not all buyers qualify. Rate set by lender with approval subject to buyer insurability. 0% for 60 months equals $1,667 for $1,000 finance. Excludes tax, title, license, and $499 dealer service fee. Offer ends 1/5/26.
Retail stores may be easy to shop at, but nothing beats a gift that lasts. Give the gift of basketball with Precision Sports Services. Get 10% off any basketball hoop and installation package now through the new year. Premium products, professional in-house installation. Visit PrecisionSportsServicesOnline.com and make your holidays a slam dunk.
The pulse of the Milwaukee Bucks, straight from a Bucks legend.
Can't get it off. Marcus Johnson will, though. Can't leave him alone for a 12.
Tap into Here District with Marcus Johnson on Bucks Plus. Marcus and his son Chris offer a weekly beat on Bucks basketball. Get your questions answered and hear from the biggest names in basketball. Find Here District with Marcus Johnson at bucks.com/plus on the Bucks app or wherever you get your podcasts.
As the year winds down, we all pause to take stock of where we've been and where we want to go next. If finishing your degree has been on your mind, this could be your moment. At Lakeland University, education fits real life with flexible evening and online classes, credit for your work and life experiences, and multiple start dates so you don't have to wait. Earn your degree 100% online, close to home at one of our 6 Wisconsin centers or on our residential campus in Sheboygan County. This next year, invest in what matters most. You. Lakeland University. Experience it your way.
For general contest rules, visit ESPNWisconsinContest.com.
Now see your favorite 94.5 ESPN shows streaming on video. Subscribe to ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube and get notified when we hit the air live. Plus, you can watch back any second that you miss. Watch, listen, interact. ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
Whose fault?
This is Sunday Karma on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Well done by Kyle Wallace here on Sunday Karma. Alex Stroff, Kyle Wallace hanging out with you as we continue to play the blame game. I hate you. On the Packers' collapse last night in Chicago, 22-16, the final, as the Packers now 9-5-1 on the season. I see a lot of texts coming through, and I want to get to them throughout the next hour. We're with you until noon, so about the next hour and a half. We do need to have a Rich Bisaccia conversation at some point, which we will do. But I always love it when Kyle, in the break, you go, dude, you got to take this call, man. You got to take this call. This guy's fired up, man. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to take that call and hear from that fired up dude, man. John, you work in sales, and you were on Sunday Karma, and you were allegedly fired up. Hit me with your best shot. Go ahead, John.
Well, I woke up. I went to bed devastated. That was a horrible loss, and that's on Dobbs, pure and simple. Yep. But I expected that. I didn't sleep well thinking about that game, and this morning I woke up, and I was just like, man, the Bears suck. They're not good. We have Love in that game. If he doesn't get hurt, we blow them out. Our defense was playing elite-level defense. We blow them out. Caleb Williams is not a great quarterback, and it sucks that we're going to hear about it for the next week, but I'm excited because if they win, which I don't think they'll do the next 2 weeks, let's play them in the playoffs. Let's go at it. And I can't wait for next year when the Bears just regress and suck again because this team is not good. Yeah, I'm fired up. They suck. The Bears suck. They still suck, and they'll always suck.
Yeah. There you go.
John Cook.
That's John in sales.
John Cook, let him know, John. They scored freaking, 3 points until the damn fourth quarter?
Yeah, 19 of their 22 points came in the fourth quarter.
I mean, they came back, but that was awful.
19 of their 22 in the fourth quarter in overtime. And that's where, again, me and Taushi talked about this last night, Kyle. Something that irritates me about the game last night is there's so much good that's going to be completely forgotten about from this game. We talked about it all week on KBN. And I said every day, I think, if there's one guy I trust to figure it out and come up with a successful game plan, it's Jeff Hafley. And Jeff Hafley figured it out and came up with a successful game plan to win that game.
The defense played so well, and what they did was contain. Like they brought the pressure, they contained, he brought more. Jeff Hafley earned himself another job. When I say he earned himself,
but he already earned
it. No. I'm saying like he was in the conversation. At this point, what you were able to see to get that defense to play like that is a leader of men. So I'm just going to tell you this right now. If he wasn't 100% gone before that, he's gone. Because that was impressive.
I think you have your fingers crossed for the Ben Johnson plan, which is stay an extra year. Because the one job I think he would absolutely take is the Giants job, but I don't know why they would hire a defensive first head coach.
Yeah, that would be not smart for the Giants.
I agree, right? I mean, with the up-and-coming offense they have with Jackson Dart and Cam Scadaboo and Malik Neighbors, you should go get an offensive head coach. So Jeff Hafley wouldn't make a ton of sense for his hometown job.
I take that Cleveland job, though. That defense is good.
Yeah, that's a good point.
That defense is good. You got some picks. You're gonna be able to get a quarterback.
Yeah, that Cleveland job might make sense for him.
You got a good running
but again,
back.
Could he? I mean, he made his prediction earlier in the week that Micah Parsons will return, and we have to hold him to hit.
Coming back for a Super Bowl run, baby.
Yeah, so maybe he'll be back, but he is just phenomenal, and I thought he just came together with an awesome game plan for the Bears offense, who weren't able to do anything up until the fourth quarter and overtime. And look, the cornerback group is weak. Rashawn Gary, weak and slow and just disappointing. I mean, there was a lot of things to be really disappointed about in that game. Rashawn Gary's part of that. 0 tackles. Not a single tackle yesterday.
I wouldn't be so judgmental.
You saw Rashawn Gary running at half speed at one point, right?
I think he was tired, but I would.
It was in the first quarter. It's the first quarter.
It was a team.
And he's running at half speed.
We got to get to Jason, and I think you're a little harsh on Rashawn Gary. I think that was an excellent team defense that they had yesterday. Excellent team defense. And he also, he got chop blocked and still stayed on his feet and almost still got to Caleb.
Yeah, but he didn't.
Yeah, he's not a freak.
I don't know if that was a chop block, but he did get hit low. He did get hit low. All right, we do have to get to Jason Wilde coming up next, who was in Chicago. May still be in Chicago. I'm honestly not sure. As we try to break down and make sense of what happened last night to the Green Bay Packers. 22-16, the final score, as the Packers now 9-5-1 on the season. Alex Strouf, Kyle Wallace with you. Jason Wilde is next on Sunday Karma.
You're listening to Sunday Karma on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Change your grocery game plan to locally owned Century Foods, home of the best meat, freshest produce, and tastiest treats.
And free groceries.
Okay, just calm down. We'll get to that later.
Stay tuned in right here to score free groceries.
Stop, please.
Okay, I'm shutting up. My lip is zipped.
Let's get to this week's specials at Century Foods.
Now through Wednesday, save on 10 to 20 count selected varieties, hefty storage or freezer bags, 2 for $4. 8 to 13.1 ounce selected varieties, Old Dutch Crunch, Ripple, Potato, or Tortilla chips, 2 for $5.50. 24.5 ounce selected varieties, Welch's Sparkling Juice, $3.49. 12 to 36 count selected varieties, Rhodes Dinner or Cinnamon Rolls, $3.99.
And now time for the big reveal. Free groceries.
2 over the top.
Free from Century Foods.
Forget it. I'll handle the rest. Enter to win $500 worth of free groceries on Century's Facebook or Instagram by December 31st.
Experience the excellence of Catholic Memorial High School for yourself. Come see how students gain a competitive edge at CMH. Visit CatholicMemorial.net to schedule a VIP tour or Student Shadow Day. Meet the inspiring teachers, welcoming students, and feel the energy of the CMH culture, where all students achieve more than they ever imagined possible. Visit CatholicMemorial.net to schedule your visit. That's CatholicMemorial.net. Catholic Memorial High School in Waukesha, where you rise.
Hi, this is Michelle Voskel, CPA and team member at the Neal Group. As we get closer to the end of the year, what can you do to make sure you are not paying more in taxes than you have to? What deductions are commonly overlooked? What new items were created by the new tax law? How will the changes affect you? Are you using all the strategies available to reduce your taxes? You still have time to get your financial records in order to make sure you don't pay more in taxes than you absolutely have to. Avoiding taxes is perfectly fine. Evading taxes can land you in prison. Remember last year when you said never again? Don't do the same thing this year and expect different results. You earned it. We help you keep it. Call 414-325-2040 now to set up a meeting to see how you can take advantage of all the tax laws. Don't be surprised again on April 15th. The first meeting is free. That's 414-325-2040 or visit us at nealgroup.net. That's Neal group.net.
Hi, it's me, Flo, here to tell you that with the Progressive Home and Auto Bundle, you get 24/7 protection, so you're covered no matter where the day takes you.
Even I added too much water to the pizza dough day?
Yep.
How about getting a call from my daughter to pick her up at the airport because her boyfriend is unreliable day?
Especially that day.
What about finding out that one of my pipes suddenly burst in my basement day?
Progressive has every day covered 24/7 with a Home and Auto Bundle. Also, you have a lot of bad days.
Oh no, that was all the same day.
At least you're covered with Progressive.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states.
Christmas is just around the corner, and if you still have gifts to buy, the best place to do that is Macy's Great Gift Sale. Get amazing deals on last-minute gifts like fine jewelry and fragrance sets, boxed and ready to give. And everything from designer bags to Nespresso coffee makers at 30 to 60% off. Plus, your Macy's is the most festive place this holiday, so come in and find everything left on your list all in one place. The Great Gift Sale ends Wednesday at Macy's. Savings off select prices. Exclusions apply.
The holidays are the perfect time to thank the people who make your business shine. At Alpha Custom Apparel, we help you create custom gifts and branded apparel that show true appreciation. Whether it's polished polos for your sales team, cozy quarter zips for employees, or thoughtful giveaways for your best clients. We make it easy with fast turnaround, creative options, and Midwest service you can count on. This season, give gifts that build pride and strengthen relationships long after the holidays are over. Visit alphacustomapparel.com and start your holiday gifting today.
Kyle Broston Nortman, KBN.
Jordan Love is excited to see what Matthew Golden can do in a game because he's seeing what he can do in practice, and he's like, dang, I don't know if I've ever had a guy like this before.
On 94.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
What it is, y'all? Center Hill, see the half, what it do? Hey, Church Street, South Grand, stand the king. Yeah, here we go. What up? What's happening, baby? Are you haters? Kick it out. I know you had a good time, didn't you? It's all good on your hard work, nigga. Go and notice. You ain't stop nothing, no, baby. So what up? What's happening? Are you haters? Check it at me, 'cause I hear ya, and I'm watching.
You're listening to Sunday Karma on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Sunday Karma continues, ESPN Wisconsin. Alex Strofe, Kyle Wallace with you after the Packers collapse in Chicago 22-16. And a man who was in Chicago is our buddy, the three-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year, co-host of Wilde and Tausch, Jason Wilde, who joins us now on Sunday Karma. Good morning, Jason.
Hi, Strofe. Long time no talk, buddy.
Yeah, no kidding. We were texting, 7 hours ago?
Yeah, it was about 2:40. Yeah, that's about right. Good math by you. Well done.
Well, that'd actually be 8 hours ago then because it's almost 10:40, but I tried.
Okay.
So, are you still in Chicago, just out of curiosity?
I'm still in Chicago traffic.
Okay, so you're coming home.
I'm coming home to the place that I remember. Yes, I am. We're on our way home.
So was this a family trip?
Yeah, everybody, the whole crew went.
Wow.
Paula, girls, the dogs. It's awesome.
I saw you taking a 2-3 a.m. walk with the dogs in Chicago?
Yeah, you got to go. You got to go, bud.
City dogs, man. I love that. Love that.
No,
must have been in the safe part of Chicago.
Definitely not. It was, it was in the Michigan Avenue area where all the rich people look at you like, ooh, a dog. I can't believe you'd buy a dog. Unless they have dogs that are wearing like sweaters and a Gucci necklace. So anything better than talking about the game for you guys, right? Like this is, and by the way, if I may, Bears fans
are the worst.
Like they're the worst.
Like, come on, man. Like, they're I should have never posted the video of the hit Julius Peppers puts on Aaron Rodgers because they're both legal hits according to Bears fans. Like, you guys have, and now I'm starting to regret. I was texting with Sylvie this morning, we love our ESPN Chicago teammates, but I was texting with him and he's like, the rivalry is back, and I was like, you bet your bottom dollar. But like now I kind of regret that because I don't want these kind of douchey people enjoying the happiness of having won last night.
Well, maybe they'll learn how to win.
No, they'll never learn how to win. Jason, it has to be like 10 years of winning. Jason, this is why I said I enjoy them losing. Simply because they don't care what happens. Jason, they were so silent after they lost in Green Bay. And then after this game, they were silent up into the last 5 minutes of the fourth quarter, and then they act like they stuff don't stink and act like 3 quarters of football did not occur where they were only able to score 3 points. So, again, Jason, this is why I love seeing them lose.
Yeah, you were. I apologize, Kyle. You were. I mean, again, I don't want them to all be represented by the people on Twitter, but it is like that was a whale of a throw by Caleb Williams. It was a bust on the zero blitz play where they throw the touchdown to tie the game. I mean, you can't, whether that's Keyshawn Nixon's fault or that's Nate Hobbs' fault. I guess we'll have to wait since Nate Hobbs prevented Keyshawn Nixon from talking to reporters last night.
Oh,
and Keyshawn, from what I was told, was ready to talk, and Nate Hobbs stepped in front of him as he was dressing at his locker and said he's not going to do media tonight, which I was not in there. I was at LaFleur, but I got to be honest with you, I won't be disappointed if Nate Hobbs' tenure with the Packers is one and done because That is not his job, and that's pretty irritating because I'll tell you this, Keyshawn's a stand-up guy. I mean, he said something that other players on defense have not been willing to say about their performance recently. He said he was terrible against Denver. He wasn't good enough.
Yep.
And I always have a ton of respect for guys that do that. He also admitted they had to chill out and not be doing stupid things that draw flags. So I assume he would have done exactly what Tramon Williams did after the touchdown in the 2014 NFC Championship game. Take ownership of the loss and say, look, this is on me, even though it's not, right? It's on Romeo Doubs. It's on, and I think I said this to you on Green Bay game morning, Strofe.
Yep.
Like, so many guys had really good nights until they didn't.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Malik Willis was phenomenal. Like, the touchdown throw where I was sitting in the press box, it was like perfectly the angle of him throwing to Dobbs was in perfect alignment with where my seat was. So I watched him drop back, have a clean pocket. I saw Dobbs beat his C.J. Gardner-Johnson off the line. I saw Malik Willis recognize it and then throw an absolutely gorgeous ball. Like, no different than a ball that Jordan Love would throw, no different than a ball that Aaron Rodgers would throw for that touchdown. And then it's whatever it was, 16-6 at that point, 16, it makes 16-6 there. It's a phenomenal play. But then he fumbles the snap, and they don't even have a chance on 4th and 1. That was, and he admitted that he changed the cadence, and he had not communicated that effectively. So that's on him. We all know Romeo Doubs. Like, Romeo Doubs caught everything in his vicinity, right?
Yeah, he was awesome on
catches,
offense,
including the touchdown.
He was awesome on offense,
but he couldn't catch what looked to me like a, I'm not saying it was a slow roller to third base, but like it was a pretty easily clean catchable ball and kind of backed up a couple times, a couple steps, and it was so. That's what I'm saying. It's like the defense was great until it wasn't. And that's how you lose to a team that I look, the Bears are not better than them. And now, quite frankly, I don't think it's, not only do I not think it's out of the realm of possibility, I think it might be a probability. The Packers end up as the 7th seed and they end up going to the 2 seed, and the 2 seed are the Chicago Bears.
Yeah, I think that's going to happen. Kyle's in denial, but we're working through your favorite here this morning on Sunday Karma, the 5 stages of grief.
Wait a minute.
It's going to be Packers-Bears wildcard weekend.
Jason, now I do believe there is a good probability that could be it. But also, I'm concerned about the Packers being able to win out with Jordan Love with that concussion that hit yesterday. If the Packers win out, the Bears lose to the 49ers, who are, playoff positioning is something they're playing for.
Yeah.
And then the Detroit Lions end up winning out because they are a good team. The Bears will be the Bears will be out of the playoffs if they lose out.
Yeah,
but you're listening to how many qualifiers you're adding.
But it's
to
not.
that, right?
But it's not.
Bears lose out, Lions win out, Packers win out.
But those are all scenarios that can happen.
You need to go 7-0 in the 7 games you're referring to.
I mean, do you not think the Lions can beat the Steelers? You don't think the Lions can beat the Bears? I don't know who the Lions play next week. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
No, I
wouldn't lock it in yet.
Well, so
it's possible.
I agree with you.
It's the Vikings, by the way.
I mean, there's also the possibility of it going the other direction.
Mm-hmm.
Packers win their last 2. The Bears win only one of. If they win one, they win the division. If they lose both, they could also still make the playoffs. Right? They're 11-4 now. They can make it at 11-6. But suddenly it flips, and the Packers, depending on if the NFC North champ, the Packers would be 11-5-1.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
And so they're gonna the NFC North champ's gonna have a better record, obviously, than the NFC South champ. The question is whether the Eagles will continue to win and get the number 2 seed if those other things kind of happen. But it's also not out of the realm of possibility. The Bears lose twice. The Lions lose a game. So the Bears still make the playoffs, but they end up as the 7. The Packers somehow still get to the 2 despite last night. And then they end up playing each other again, but it's at Lambeau.
Yeah. I think we're getting it. I think we're getting it one way or another. I just, think most likely possibility is
look,
Green Bay's the 7th.
It would be great. It would be great for the continuation of the rivalry, but let's talk about the point that Kyle made that I think is the most important one, and that is, what is Jordan Love's availability going to be? Now, again, I am a Malik Willis believer.
That's something I wanted to ask you about, though, real quick, Jason, is just the offense's comfortability with Malik Willis, and also Matt LaFleur being able to pivot on a dime to change up the game plan in the middle of the second quarter with Malik Willis. Now, they didn't capitalize on red zone opportunities, but I thought he looked really comfortable, and the play calling really fit him for coming in with 8 minutes left in the second quarter. That was something I was impressed with.
Yeah, totally agree. I mean, they weren't good in the red zone no matter who their quarterback was yesterday, right?
Yeah.
I think they settled. What did they get? They had the 4th down failure and one of the field goals before Love went out.
Yep.
Is that right?
That's correct.
And then they have that was less than ideal. But look, I think he's the real deal. Like, do I think he's going to go be signed to be someone else's starter next year and go, become a starter for the next 10 years for some other team? I'm not sure I'm that sold on him. But, look, I will admit, after the first 2 games last year, I was like, or after the first game, I was like, well, yeah, this is great. Matt LaFleur designed a game plan that allowed Malik Willis to hand the ball off to Josh Jacobs, run the ball a couple of times himself, and make 2 or 3 throws, right, in that Indianapolis game. What he did against his former team then the following week, Sydney and I were watching it on the campus of UW Oshkosh, and I was like, okay, this guy's better than I thought, because we all know, that Tennessee is where quarterbacks' careers go to die, and I'll be curious to see if Cam Ward's is next. But then, some of the other things we've seen from him in the preseason, some of the other things we've seen, even when he had to go in this year, I think he's legit. I think he is a good NFL quarterback. And so do I think they can beat the Ravens at home if he has to start? I do. You would love it for this to be a Sunday game instead of another Saturday game to give Jordan Love one more extra day of recovery to get out of the concussion protocol. But he doesn't have a long concussion history, so maybe he's back. I'll be honest with you. I didn't know what to think when he was down for as long as he was. And then not only does he get up, but he gets up and jogs / sprints off the field and straight into the 10th, right? I was like, oh, okay. And I even asked LaFleur about that last night, because I thought, hey, maybe he's going to clear the concussion protocol and be back out there.
Mm-hmm.
But the bottom line is they should have won the game regardless of the fact that they lost their starting quarterback, which you are not normally able to say, right?
No.
I mean, you think back to the Bears game in 2013 at Lambeau when Shea McClellan breaks Aaron Rodgers' collarbone. They might as well have forfeited after that. And that was not the case last night.
No, it was not. I don't remember who said it, because I'd like to give credit, but I think I got a text at some point during the game last night. Are we ready to talk about how Malik Willis is Matt Flynn? And that made me chuckle.
He's Jacoby Brissett, to be honest.
And Jason made the point there, and I we don't need to spend time on this today, but I would not be shocked if Malik Willis gets a shot to compete for a job next year. That wouldn't shock me one bit.
I agree with that. I absolutely, and he should. And, he and I have had that conversation a few times, and I think he's a competitor, right?
Yeah,
because
he's an NFL football player, right?
Right. But there's 2 ways this can go, right? I mean, the Bears, they signed Badgett to an extension to be the backup, right? And you think, I mean, Goody was sitting right down the road from me, and by the way, they left in absolute disgust.
Oh, I bet.
And I believe it was the special teams blunder that was the most exasperating to him and John Eric Sullivan and Woj and all those guys. But look, if I'm him, I would love to be able to say to Malik, hey, I know you want to be a starter, but we really value you. We're going to pay you good money to be a backup. I personally think that would be money well spent.
I totally agree. But again, it's Malik Willis betting on himself.
If I was him, I wouldn't
right,
do it.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah. If I was him, I wouldn't take it. Right.
All right. Let's have the Rich Bisaccia conversation coming up next, and we'll see what Jason thinks on Rich Bisaccia's job security. We'll talk about that next. It's Sunday Karma, ESPN Wisconsin.
This is Sunday Karma on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. With Wilde and Tausch, you won't miss a play.
Nobody should be writing the season off. The idea of being one of the top teams without two of your best players is a big reach. But this is a season that you can find ways to do it.
Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
You think anybody ever feels sorry for the Green Bay Packers? They don't. And they shouldn't. And you shouldn't.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN, ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube channel, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Diamond stud earrings are the Christmas gift that shines brighter than the tree.
If she already has a pair of natural diamond studs from Kessler's, bring them in and we'll give you 100% of the price you pay.
When you trade them in on a larger pair of diamond stud earrings.
That's been our policy for more than 30 years.
We have diamond studs from $198 up to $40,000.
And we have 0% financing for 18 months with approved credit.
And 0% is a really low interest rate.
Some people say that 0% is the very best interest rate.
Diamond studs always fit perfectly.
They never go out of style.
And you can wear them with anything.
If you want to trade in her old natural diamond studs from Kessler's on some bigger diamond studs from Kessler's,
go ahead and pick up her new ones today.
And you can bring in the old ones after the holidays.
Come to Kessler's.
Bigger is better. And blue diamonds are you diamonds.
For the location of the Kessler's nearest you and our holiday hours, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
The holiday season is here, and the countdown to 2026 has begun at Lake Lawn Resort. With all the holiday stress happening these days, imagine waking up next to a cozy fire in your own private suite along the shoreline of Delavan Lake. Enjoy much-deserved pampering at the award-winning Caladora Spa and special holiday dining options throughout the resort all month long, including at the signature 1878 on the lake. Book your holiday escape today, and don't forget to purchase those last-minute gift cards and receive free bonus money at Lake Lawn Resort, where the spirit of the season comes to life and everything is truly better at the lake.
As the year winds down, we all pause to take stock of where we've been and where we want to go next. If finishing your degree has been on your mind, this could be your moment. At Lakeland University, education fits real life with flexible evening and online classes, credit for your work and life experiences, and multiple start dates so you don't have to wait. Earn your degree 100% online, close to home at one of our 6 Wisconsin centers, or on our residential campus in Sheboygan County. This next year, invest in what matters most. You. Lakeland University. Experience it your way. This winter, upgrade your home and your savings with Exterior Pros and Baths. New windows, roofing, siding, or a stunning bath makeover. Get it done now and get $3,000 off your project. That's right, $3,000 back in your pocket during our biggest year-end blowout. Call 262-800-4274 or head to extpros.com. Don't wait. These holiday savings melt away fast. Exterior Pros and Baths. Your home upgraded for the holidays.
You've noticed a change in your teen. They seem distant, and you wonder if it's the usual ups and downs or something deeper, like substance use or mental health struggles. If you're worried, why wait to reach out? Hazelden Betty Ford offers specialized care for teens and young adults, plus support for families. Call 1-855-489-2383 or visit WeGotYou.org, because love doesn't wait for a crisis, and change starts when you do. Sponsored by Hazelden Betty Ford Foundation.
Did you forget the first day of school is this week and little Nancy still needs her name embroidered on her backpack? Or the company shirts are due now, not next week? Maybe the boss just declared Steve's retirement party is today and the shirts are mandatory? Whatever the rush, Big Frog Custom T-shirts and more in Mequon has got you covered. With fast turnarounds, no minimums, eco-friendly printing, and high-quality custom apparel, Big Frog brings your custom ideas to life fast. Stop by Big Frog in Mequon or visit bigfrog.com/Mequon. Big Frog Custom T-shirts and more, where your ideas leap to life.
Station updates, show clips, and your place to interact with us every single day just by scrolling through your feed. Follow along on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at ESPN Milwaukee.
You take my hand through the flame. I torture you. I'm a slave to your games. I want it.
More More Sunday Karma coming up on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Sunday Karma, ESPN Wisconsin. Alex Strofe, Kyle Wallace with you, and joined as we always are from 10:30 to 11 or so is our buddy Jason Wilde, the three-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year. You can check out all of his written work over at channel3000.com, and of course hear him with the Packers Hall of Famer each and every weekday from 9 until noon, or if you listen to literally any show on ESPN Wisconsin, you're going to hear from him there too. Jason with us here on Sunday Karma, and look, I don't want to make last night totally about Rich Bisaccia, Jason, because that's on Romeo Doubs, right? You would agree with me on that. That's not a Rich Bisaccia thing. That's a Romeo Doubs thing on the onside kick.
Totally agree. Yes, sir.
But I thought a call I got last night on Green Bay game night was it was the right mindset, and it was similar to that, right? He said, look, I'm not blaming Rich Bisaccia for Romeo Doubs not pulling in that onside kick, but I look at what the L.A. Rams did yesterday. They fired their special teams coordinator. It was the first time in Sean McVay's long career where they've appeared in a Super Bowl, won a Super Bowl, that he's made an in-season coaching change. And again, I don't want to make last night about Rich Bisaccia because I think it's on Romeo Doubs, but it is another special teams blunder. And eventually there needs to be accountability in some degree. And I thought Romeo Doubs, as mad as I am at him, respect to him for speaking to the media and facing it last night and claiming accountability for the mistake. But I don't get the Rich Bisaccia thing, and last night's just going to make it get brought up again, so I feel like it's my job to ask you what you view his job security as moving forward.
Yeah, I mean, I can't say with absolute certainty that he's not going to be fired today just the way Sean McVay fired his coordinator, right? Like, you know, I think he and Matt LaFleur, obviously he's also the assistant head coach, so I don't think that that's something. Matt LaFleur's not wired that way. I mean, my God, he hemmed and hawed over the firings of the previous two special teams coordinators. Yeah. I don't see him knee-jerkily firing Rich Bisaccia today. What I would also say, and you know, I hate always having to be this guy because so many of Tausch and other teammates of mine, you know, the criticism of Brian Gutekunst is relatively rare, right?
Yep.
But what the hell is Romeo Doubs returning punts for? First of all,
Fair point.
Like, what have you done a good job of putting together a roster that says, hey, we care about specialties? You've kept Bo Melton, okay? You did that. You have had a couple of waiver wire pickups. You probably could have paid Eric Wilson, and he would have stayed instead of going back to Minnesota. He was a stalwart on special teams. You've kept Zane Anderson around, right? But, like, you don't have a punt returner. You drafted two wide receivers in Savion Williams and Matthew Golden, who you basically decided were going to be capable of being return men when neither one of them had any experience. Neither one. Savion Williams had returned like a couple of kickoffs like his freshman year at TCU. That was it. And Matthew Golden had never returned a punt in his life, not even in high school. And so, and again, I'm not also laying this only at the feet of Brian Gutekunst, but like the teams that have good special teams, you know what they do? They have good special teams players. And their return game stinks, right? They've got a good battery in their kicking game. They've got some guys that are special teams guys. You know, Aaron Mosby, he deserves credit for keeping him around because that guy's pretty darn good on special teams. But, you know, their special teams it's not significantly different than it was under just about every other special teams coordinator, which is sometimes it loses the game for you. Usually it's kind of a push, and it never gives you anything that wins the game for you other than if your kicker makes a game-winning kick. That's it. So, you know, again, I would argue that it is not just Rich Bisaccia, but also culturally and roster building wise, it is not the priority that other teams make it, and that has to be factored in. But look, last night that was horrendous. I mean, Romeo, and again, I agree with you 1,000%, and that's the number he gave for how much of a percentage of the loss is on him, 1,000%, because they win 16-9 if he fields the ball cleanly. But I am taken aback by how often there is something on special teams. Like, somebody's giving me a hard time in the YouTube comments because I didn't ask Rich Bisaccia any questions a couple weeks ago to talk about. They're a middling group, and it never changes. It doesn't matter if it's Sean Menenga. It doesn't matter who it is that's coordinating them. They're always, in the bottom third of the league when it comes to special team success.
Yeah, consistently, which is just kind of head-scratching given how successful this team has been over the course of the last decade and a half, but their special teams are always troublesome. It doesn't really make any sense to me. A couple more things with Jason Wilde here on Sunday Karma as we continue to react to the Packers' collapse in Chicago last night, a final of 22-16. The Packers now 9-5-1. I asked you this last night a little bit differently, but I'm going to ask it to you a different way today, and that is after John Fitzpatrick ruptures his Achilles, the Packers now have one tight end. It's Luke Musgrave. That's it. What should they do? Mercedes Lewis on speed dial?
Oh my gosh, it would be great to get Mercedes Lewis back in that locker room. I think he's back on.
I think he's back.
Isn't he back?
Is he back on Denver, Kyle?
Broncos practice squad?
He's back on the Broncos practice squad. He got released.
So they could get him.
My little cousin got. I was thinking that driving in, I was like, oh, they might try to go get Mercedes, who he got cut, and then my cousin got signed.
Oh, so Jordan Turner took his roster spot.
Yes, that is basically what happened.
I did not realize that. Oh, that's fascinating.
Which is crazy.
So you're the number one source to ask on this. Mercedes wants to be on a roster, I assume.
What? I don't know what Mercedes wants to be.
Kyle, I'm kidding. And I say the Mercedes Lewis thing kind of tongue-in-cheek, but not really, because he's a veteran tight end who's familiar with the system.
And he can block.
So I'm just curious, Jason, from your perspective, how do you think they approach the tight end position this week? Because they need to fill it in.
Yeah, and going back to your point about Jordan Love, they didn't have Josh Wiley last night because he had a concussion on Sunday. Now he had one fewer day to get back, right? Because he suffered the concussion in Denver. But yeah, concussions, a lot of times guys don't come back as fast as. I still don't understand why Devontae Adams. I don't know how his brain is wired, but he's remarkable in a lot of ways, including how quickly he recovers from concussions. But I don't know what they do, Strofe, because and I said this. I know I said this to you last night. Like, usually every coach I've ever talked to has always said, I never want to be one injury away from being out of a personnel package.
Mm-hmm.
And that's exactly what they were last night. They only had two tight ends up. They did not bring anyone up from the practice squad as a game day elevation at tight end. And so then Fitzpatrick ruptures his Achilles, and that's it. Like, it's Luke Musgrave, and then I guess technically Darian Kennard, who is a tackle who plays the tight end job when they go in the jumbo package. So yeah, they've got a couple of tight ends on their practice squad, including a guy with the most unique is not a phrase, a unique name, McClellan Hassels.
That's a great name.
Which he's got two last names, right? Like McClellan sounds like a last name, and Castle sounds like a last name. I think there was a TV show. I think it was the guy that's in The Rookie, but before The Rookie, I think he was on like Castle. Anyway, this is what happens when I'm overtired. They've got two practice squad tight ends. That's what they've got. And so I don't know if they're gonna. Mercedes Lewis is about 25 years older than Goody wants players on the roster. So I don't like. Look, I can guarantee you this: if Matt LaFleur had any real say in personnel, Mercedes Lewis would have been on this team for the last 3 years. Right? Like he has been gone. Did he have a year with Love? I don't think he did. I think his last year was 22 with Rodgers.
I think that's right. Yep.
And then he went and then he went to the Bears.
Yep, that's right.
So he'd have a lifetime contract here. That's what Matt LaFleur thinks of him. So I am sure that when Goody talks to LaFleur's going to say, hey, why don't we go get Sadie's? And Goody will smile and say, I'll look into that. And then they won't get Mercedes. That would be my prediction.
I mean, you're only talking about for a couple games here.
You're preaching to the choir, Kyle. And especially, since he so kindly gave up his roster spot for your cousin, I mean, bring him home.
Yeah, he got called up for a fourth time. Mercedes did, and so they had to sign him to the roster. But I'm so serious when I say this, is that Mercedes Lewis, like you said, he's going to be able to catch on, and he can block. And if the Broncos,
it ain't gonna happen.
If the Broncos, who are the best team in the AFC, see value in Mercedes Lewis, I don't understand why the Packers wouldn't say, okay, this is an exception to the rule.
Well, they're going to get Josh Wiley back.
Great point.
So it'll be Musgrave and Josh Wiley. And then I just assume they bring up somebody from the practice squad.
Yep. I totally agree. Yep. Mm-hmm. I think that's exactly what's going to happen.
Well,
as much as I want Mercedes back, too. The only person who wants Mercedes back more than Matt LaFleur, I think, is Wes Hodkiewicz.
Oh, are they boys? I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah. They talk. Wes is amazing. I love Wes. He's one of the best humans I know.
Agreed.
But he's such a fascinating enigma. Like, he's one of the nicest people in the world, but he has a bloodthirst for all the combative sports.
Yeah.
Huge, like MMA, WWE, boxing. He loves all that stuff. It's such an interesting dichotomy.
I have not been able to unpack the John Cena retirement match from last week with Wes yet. Maybe I'll shoot him a text after we jump off here. So, all right, Jason.
John Cena.
Yeah.
By the way, I discovered this the other day.
Sure.
John Cena, who follows 1 million people on Twitter, so let me be very clear, that's not a big deal. But I was like, John Cena follows me?
Yeah, he doesn't follow me.
John Cena. But he's a Packers fan, right? Isn't that what his deal is?
I don't believe John Cena's a Packers fan. He's a Patriot.
I think he is.
John Cena's a Patriots fan.
I could have sworn I saw him in a Ray Nitschke jersey.
Are you sure?
Well, yeah. So no, that's back when he was in the basic thugonomics era, and every time he would go to a visiting city, he would wear a local team's jersey. So that was just from a Raw or SmackDown that was at the Resch Center in the early 2000s.
Wow, John Cena follows Jason Wilde.
Yeah.
That is.
Well, John Cena follows. You missed the part where he follows a million people on Twitter.
Oh, well, I ain't one in a million.
I ain't either. And I've been mad about that pretty much since I've gotten Twitter.
I'll let John know on your behalf, guys.
Thank you.
I'll pass your message along.
Great. But yeah, John Cena grew up in West Newbury, Massachusetts, so I believe he's a Patriots fan.
Okay, I'll take your word for it.
All right, well, that will do it for us. Good John Cena talk with Jason Wilde on Sunday Karma. Thanks, Jason.
All right, guys, take care. Be good.
All right. Your calls, your texts, your thoughts. Packers lose to the Bears 22-16 in overtime last night. Who are you placing the most blame on? I want to hear from you. 800-990-3776. We continue to unpack it. Coming up next.
This is Sunday Karma on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
You know, I couldn't stop talking about it to my family and friends. My knees are my trouble spot. But for me to tell them now that I'm doing so much better, they were amazed, and I've been amazed.
QC Kinetics Cellular Therapies. Yes, it is amazing how these non-surgical treatments deliver joint pain relief for patients like Dr. Eric Williams, a successful chiropractor.
Each week, I just started noticing that I could sleep and not have pain. I could play pickleball. I could do a CrossFit exercise routine.
QC Kinetics revitalizes your joints so you can move again without the pain pills or invasive surgery.
You know, I'm 60 years old and I want to stay competitive as long as I can. And QC has allowed me to do that. They did me right and really made a difference in my life.
Book your free consultation with QC Kinetics today and experience the difference for yourself.
I like to go, move, move, move.
QC Kinetics.
Call QC Kinetics 414-240-2298. That's 414-240-2298. 414-240-2298. Get the beat of the Bucks straight from a fan favorite and Bucks legend.
Welcome to the fantastic voyage. Marcus Johnson, the captain of this vessel.
Tap into Here District with Marcus Johnson, a Bucks Plus audio production.
My first mate, Chris Johnson, the only father and son tandem.
Your weekly pulse on the Milwaukee Bucks and conversations with the biggest names in basketball. This week on the pod, Marcus and Chris talk to former NBA head coach Earl Watson. Find Here District now on Bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, or wherever you get your podcast.
Experience the excellence of Catholic Memorial High School for yourself. Come see how students gain a competitive edge at CMH. Visit CatholicMemorial.net to schedule a VIP tour or Student Shadow Day. Meet the inspiring teachers, welcoming students, and feel the energy of the CMH culture, where all students achieve more than they ever imagined possible. Visit CatholicMemorial.net to schedule your visit. That's CatholicMemorial.net. Catholic Memorial High School in Waukesha, where you rise.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen. You're listening to 94.5 ESPN WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station. You're listening to Sunday Karma on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
That was good. For those of you watching on YouTube, you're welcome. For those of you listening on the radio, you just missed the sexy, savvy dance moves of myself, Alex Strofe, and Kyle Wallace here on Sunday Karma.
Little music, cowgirl.
You've been big on TikTok music recently.
They were looking for you.
Are you on TikTok?
No.
How do you know all these songs recently that have been big on TikTok, including this one?
I be on social media and I see stuff randomly.
Yeah.
And when I like it, I play it. And then because you told me there was another AI song that was on TikTok. That was the AI song?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I just see it. I don't know it's on TikTok. I barely know how to use TikTok. Dead for real. I go on TikTok and it takes me about 30 seconds to figure out how to get to my own page.
That's fair. 800-990-3776. That's your way into Sunday Karma this morning as we continue to unpack the Packers' collapse in Chicago. Let's get to some of your texts on the Cardinals text line because everybody's pissed off and angry today, which, I mean, rightfully so. I don't blame you. Let's see. Jules says, I agree with you a lot of the time, Kyle, but you're wrong on Rashawn Gary. He gives half effort. I mean, I agree with that. If only one of those red zone trips had resulted in a touchdown, also from Jules. Yeah, look, I mean, I thought Matt LaFleur was good overall, but not capitalizing in the red zone, and whether you want to blame Love or Willis or the offense or Matt LaFleur, the play calls or the decisions for the lack of execution in the red zone. Again, I think this is another situation where there's plenty of blame to go around. I thought LaFleur was good. They had almost 400 yards of total offense. They dominated time of possession, 39 minutes of game time. The Packers had the ball last night. They did not punt a single time. 16 points.
Yeah, the Bears were able to sneak out with a victory. That's why I'm saying if you overall, because I'm not going to talk about this all week, if you are a Bears fan and you walk away from that game feeling really good about yourself, then obviously you're not about building towards a championship. Your team got outplayed by a team that was missing Michael Parsons. A team for the majority of the game was missing Jordan Love, and Malik Willis outplayed Caleb Williams for the majority of that game. That is not something that you should go home saying, wow, we really dominated. No, that was a chance for you guys to put away the division, and you did, well, not put the division away, but to make a statement at home in a playoff-like atmosphere, and you were unable to make that statement. It took late-game heroics in order to beat a downtrodden Green Bay Packers team. Now, a win is a win, and you're not going to apologize for winning, but I would say if you're a fan, after the 24 hours or 48 hours of the happiness of beating the Packers in the fashion that it happened, when it kicks in, there's a lot of question marks about this team still. Mm-hmm. So I don't know why they're excited. Because listen, if the Packers, as you say, if your scenario comes alive where the Packers are the 7 seed and the Bears are the 2 seed, guess what? If I'm the Packers and now I got a couple more weeks for this team to gel together defensively and figure stuff out. I get Evan Williams back. Shout out to Javon Bullard, who is a dog. Absolute dog.
Yeah, good player.
But moving back to safety and being like, I got it. I would be very concerned. The Packers ain't losing to the Bears if we play them again. We ain't losing to the Bears if we play them again. I'm going to tell you that right now. Mark that, clip that, however they want to feel. I feel that confident.
Okay. There you have it. K-Walk on the text line. This game reminded me of the championship game in Seattle in way too many ways. Eerie. Totally agree. And I mentioned this last night on Green Bay Game Night / Green Bay Game Morning for half the program. It was trending on Twitter. The phrase 2014 NFC Championship game was trending on Twitter last night.
Oh, I wonder why.
Yeah. It was eerie. That's the right word by K-Walk. Eerie to describe the reminder there. Billy in Sussex, in terms of the blame game we were playing a bit earlier, blames the cornerbacks. Need playmakers at that position. Right now, you only have one guy there. We only have guys there, excuse me.
Hey, that's okay, Strofe. You know why? It's not good for this year, but guess what? The Packers only had to give a first-round pick. They got the rest of their picks. They're going to have an opportunity to draft a good corner.
Yeah, but we said that this year.
No, we did. No. We said that this year.
Going into the draft, I think the two biggest needs were wide receiver and corner, yes?
Yes.
And maybe edge rusher?
And a pass rusher. Listen, Strofe, there is no way that Goody looks at how the season played out. He looks at the fact that Nate Hobbs did not work out this season. He looks at the fact that Carrington Valentine, though he was a great find, he is at best a number 2 corner who's going to have his ups and his downs. And Keyshawn Nixon will battle, but you don't have a number 1 corner out there. And so this is what this draft should be about, is rebuilding that corner position just like you rebuilt the safety position a couple years ago. The rest of the defense is fine. After what I saw yesterday, yeah, maybe we could find another defensive tackle, maybe a little bit higher, or another rush in potentially. But you are a corner away from having, again, a legitimate defense. You are a healthy Jair Alexander away from winning that game yesterday. And a healthy Jair has been years of that, years ago. So, I mean, I'm focused on 2025. But in 2026, this team has a ceiling so high.
Yeah, I just don't want to look ahead quite yet because I still think the Packers have some stuff in front of them. I still think they can make some noise this year. I do. Because you mentioned it earlier. If Jordan Love's healthy yesterday, probably a different outcome.
They win the game. I'm just going to be straight up honest because that Packers defense elevated to a level of play where the Bears could not do anything. They ran the ball a little bit, but the Packers defense was able to stop them.
But again, I don't want to use that as an excuse because Malik Willis did enough to win the game.
Malik Willis did enough to win the game, but understand the play calling becomes limited at that time.
Yep.
You're not,
I agree. I'm not disagreeing.
Yeah, and Jordan Love has missed guys open, but Christian Watson is Jordan Love's guy.
But
that play, Jordan Love crossing.
But again, I want to make it clear. We're not whining and making excuses.
No, not at all. The Bears won.
Packers should have won. No, Packers lost. The Bears didn't win.
The Packers lost, but the Bears made the plays in the last 5 minutes of that game. Last 4 minutes of the game, the Bears made the most plays. The Packers had mistakes. They had the face mask. They had the onside kick. They had the fumble. They had the blown covers. Like the Green Bay Packers made 4 critical mistakes in the last 4 minutes of that game that allowed for the Bears to have an opportunity. So, yes, the Packers gave that game away, but the Bears were able to capitalize. Caleb Williams made nice throws in the end. I think, 2 of his last 3 throws of the game were dime balls. So it's like they did what they had to do because the Green Bay Packers gave them an opportunity. They opened up the door, and the Bears walked through, and they capitalized. So I give them credit for that.
All right, we get to more of your phone calls, more of the blame game as we continue to react to this one. Packers fall in Chicago, 22-16 in overtime to the Bears. They give it away. I mean, the Packers lost more so than the Bears won last night. That's for sure. It is a holiday week, and it is a Sunday without Green Bay playing football, which means it's a good day to sit on your couch and mix up some cocktails with my friends from Door County Distillery. Locally produced, handcrafted, award-winning spirits made locally in Door County. Serves as a great gift, too. Local, award-winning, and affordable and available statewide, whether you're looking at their whiskeys. They have a delicious bourbon. Seriously, that would serve as a great gift. If I found a bottle of Door County Distillery bourbon in my stocking, I'd be enthralled, overjoyed, over the moon. Love their bourbon, but I also love everything they do, whether that's their rum, if you're mixing up like a colada. The Rock Island rum is awesome. They have that classic green bottle of gin for your G&Ts. Whatever you need. brandies for your old fashioned. They have a cherry brandy made with local Door County cherries. Door County Distillery does it best, man. And that's why I love them so much and love telling you about it. I'm going to be mixing up some cocktails later today. I mean, I'm probably going to take a nap at some point today, too. Could use one of those. But after that nap.
Dude, you're off until next year. You're not even doing Green Bay game day, are you, next week?
No, I am. Yeah,
oh, you are?
I'll be doing Green Bay game day. I'm taking Sunday Karma off next week. But
why?
Because I'll be in Green Bay.
Oh,
I won't be here. It's a home
Don't
game.
tell Craig that.
Home game next Saturday.
He may make you call in.
I might call in. I told him I'd have a unit. I might call in. So we'll see. But Door County Distillery, DoorCountyDistillery.com. Find the retailer nearest you, as well as a huge list of their unique cocktail recipes, including a bunch of festive recipes on their website, DoorCountyDistillery.com. Your calls are next on Sunday Karma.
You're listening to Sunday Karma on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. On this show, it's always football season.
So now Jeff Hafley's going to have to get more creative. Everybody will have to bow up and do things. And the main guy is Jordan Love.
Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
This went from a defensive-led team to now Jordan Love. Put him on your back. You're going to have to get the cape out.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN, ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube channel, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Christmas is a time of generosity.
Kessler's wants to be generous, and we suspect that you want to be generous too.
Let's team up.
This year, we're going to make it possible for you to be more generous than ever.
Number 1, Kessler's has a big selection of delightful diamond jewelry priced at $150 on up.
Number 2, great gifts at affordable prices such as sterling silver earrings, pendants, and bracelets to fit every look and every personality.
Number 3. With your purchase of more than $299, you'll get a bonus gift worth at least $90.
You can choose from a lucky 4-leaf clover pendant
or a 22-inch stainless steel curb chain, ion plated in yellow gold.
And please, please don't get all cleaned up and dressed up. This is Kessler's, your home away from home.
If you're wearing muddy boots and your pajama bottoms, that's totally fine.
We've all done it.
Come to Kessler's.
For the location of the Kessler's nearest you and our holiday hours, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
Selling your home during winter may surprise you. Serious buyers are still out there and often more eager to move.
Homes get strong offers this time of year, and with less competition, your listing can really shine.
I'm Tony Wendorf with Tony Wendorf & Associates First Weber.
And I'm Lindsay Bendler. Our team leads with faith, gratitude, and giving back, donating over $200,000 to local causes since 2020.
Tony Wendorf & Associates is ready to get to work for you with our white glove selling experience. Just search online, Tony Wendorf.
A real estate team that always leads with faith and gratitude.
Tony Wendorf & Associates.
There is no better time to tour the best senior community in Wisconsin than during the holidays while you're visiting with loved ones. Call 3 Pillars, make an appointment, and see for yourself why thousands and thousands of families have trusted 3 Pillars since 1905. Active adult, independent living, assisted living, memory care, skilled nursing and rehab, whatever your needs, 3 Pillars has it covered. Info at 3pillars.org. Call 1-800-848-5306 to set up a time to tour their amazing 300-acre campus in scenic Lake Country.
College hockey fans, get ready because the ice is heating up in Milwaukee for the Quick Trip Holiday Face-Off. 4 powerhouse programs, 2 action-packed days, 1 champion. It's Wisconsin, Boston College, Lake Superior State, and the defending national champion, Western Michigan. Battling it out December 28th and 29th at Fiserv Forum. Feel every bone-rattling hit and every clutch goal as these elite programs collide for holiday bragging rights. Tickets are moving fast. Grab yours today at Ticketmaster.com or the Fiserv Forum box office. The Quick Trip Holiday Face-Off. 4 teams, 1 trophy. Who will own the ice? Hey, it's Alex Strofe. When it's game day, every detail matters, from the perfect seat on the couch to the perfect spread on the table. For over 125 years, Coops has been bringing incredible flavor to the table with 14 bold mustard flavors that turn good food great and great food amazing. Whether it's brats, burgers, or pretzels at halftime, Coops isn't your ordinary mustard. It's extraordinary mustard. So this football season, bring the bold, bring the flavor, bring Coops. Coops Mustard, spreading the love since 1897.
Hey, this is Mike from Infinity Exteriors. Buying a roof, siding, or windows can feel overwhelming. Hidden costs, confusing contracts. We don't play that game. We educate you so you can decide. And when you know the facts, Infinity Exteriors is the clear choice. Since 1997, we've installed peace of mind with no surprise upcharges, flexible budgets, and immediate financing. Infinity Exteriors, saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Visit infinityexteriors.com.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Give me your biggest takeaway.
One.
Oh, number one?
Yes.
With the bullet, it's not even close. Micah Parsons is the guy we thought he is.
On 94.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
This point like a day.
This is Sunday Karma on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Sunday Karma continues, ESPN Wisconsin. The Packers lose. The Bears win technically, but the Packers lose in overtime last night, 22-16 the final. So last night on Green Bay game night, I made a rule, Kyle. Okay, I want to see if you think this will work today. The rule I made was I will take calls from Bears fans. I'll do it. I'm happy to take calls from Bears fans. But I've got a rule. You don't have to be respectful, but you do have to keep it clean because we're on FCC airwaves. So you don't have to be respectful. Keep it clean. Keep it the ball. Yeah, that's my rule.
I feel you on that. I am curious to know, before we take these calls, after the Packers win, which we beat the Bears quite a bit.
Yep.
Do we call into ESPN Radio down in Chicago, ESPN 1000 down in Chicago? You think Packers fan call?
I can't speak for every Packers fan.
I'm very curious because it's crazy. I just got cussed out.
Did you?
Yeah.
Not by the call we're about to take, right?
No. Somebody else. I mean, listen.
Again, I don't care if you want to call in. I'm happy for you to gloat and take your victory lap.
You should be able to gloat.
You can do whatever you want, man. Just keep it clean and keep it to ball. That's all I care about. So let's give it a shot. Let's go to Chicago. Phil, who works in finance, joins us now on Sunday Karma. We're playing the blame game of Packers fans, but Phil is a Bears fan, so I guess I can't ask him, who do you blame? I guess I'll just give him the floor. You don't have to be respectful. Just keep it clean and keep it to ball. Phil in finance, go ahead.
How you doing, guys?
Not well, Phil. Not well.
It is what it is.
Oh, the good old Whackers. I love to hear you guys talk, man, because it brings so much joy and cheer to my heart this Christmas season. Going in here, knowing we put belt to butt cheeks to the Whackers. You know, I feel like the Grinch who stole Christmas from you guys.
Hey, Phil.
You know, my cousins up north.
You got cousins up here?
I love you guys. Yeah, I got family up there, man, and I'm calling them all day today.
Can I ask you?
Seeing how they're doing, I'm doing well.
Phil, can I ask you, when the Packers beat the Bears, do they call you a lot, or do they just say, there it is, just another day?
Oh, no, they call me, they rub it in.
Okay.
You know, you guys are generally deplorable people. You know, but you know.
Your family, Phil?
How about those? Yeah, they're deplorable. I hate those guys. But, you know, how about that guy, Caleb Williams, threw a 60-yard dart down the field to DJ Moore 45. After he got clipped, you know, by dirty old Nixon. You know, I hate that guy. That's one of the top guys I hate for you Green Bay Whackers fans. He's just not a good guy, you know? And to even more, to put, like, the icing on the cake, we scored on him when he got the interception 2 weeks ago?
2 weeks
when we
ago,
supposed to win that game as well? Oh, my goodness.
But you did.
Oh, the redemption story writes itself. And I hope we guys see you, in January and late December.
Yeah, but you know how that goes every time. But, Phil, you know how that goes every time. If there's a rubber match between these two teams, a third game winner takes all in the wild card round of the playoffs, you know how that goes. You know.
Oh, I know I was going to go this time. We got Ben Johnson and Caleb Williams.
The Packers have a better quarterback and the better head coach, Phil. And you know that.
Absolutely. No.
Yes.
Come on, he could have coached his way out of a paper bag.
Well,
you guys crap the bed every time. Come on. And Jordan Love, please, give me a break. You're comparing a 6-year quarterback to a second-year quarterback?
I'm just comparing quarterbacks. Jordan Love has every statistical category been a top 5 quarterback in the National Football League this year. Caleb Williams has completed 55% of his passes this year. Jordan Love is the better quarterback.
It doesn't matter.
But it does matter.
He's the reason why we win these games.
But it does matter, Phil.
He's still the reason why we win these games. You put Josh Allen and Caleb Williams stats for second-year quarterbacks, they're completely identical. Now, don't get me wrong.
Okay,
He could be.
but if we want to play that game, we can play that game, Phil. You know it's a dumb game to play. If we compare Jordan Love's stats 3rd year as a starter, 6th year in the league, to Aaron Rodgers, Jordan Love's better. Aaron Rodgers won 4 MVPs in a Super Bowl. You know this isn't the game you want to play because you're not going to win. The Bears have never seen a good quarterback before, Phil. But, Phil, this isn't a game you're going to win.
He sat behind us. He sat behind a Hall of Famer for 6 years.
Phil, I guarantee you. Phil, I guarantee you. Phil, I guarantee you. If we go back just a couple of years ago, you were doing the same damn thing with Justin Fields. Oh, well, if you look at his number. And if we go back a few years before that, you were doing the same thing with Mitch Trubisky. Oh, he had a 5-touchdown game. He's gonna be great. You were, Phil. You know you were.
No, we weren't. No, we weren't.
Yes, you were.
I knew what we had. I knew what we had.
Trash.
But even still, we're in 2025, baby. We're talking about the now, not the past.
Phil,
come on, you got to catch up and get out the mustard.
Phil, before we let you go,
you got to catch up and get out the mustard.
Phil, before we let you go,
catch up and get out the mustard is a good line.
Were you texting your folks up north during the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd quarter and early in the 4th quarter, or did you only start texting that once the game ended?
Oh no, I talk all throughout the game.
Okay.
I talk throughout the game.
So
even
when
all right,
dare I say it? I like Phil.
Yeah, Phil cool.
I like Phil.
Phil kept it clean. Phil working
job, Phil.
finance. Look, Phil know money and he know but he doesn't know football.
I enjoyed that with Phil. Thanks for the call, Phil.
Phil was great. We need more Chicago folks like Phil.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. And again, this is the rule I applied last night on Green Bay Game Night. As long as you keep it clean, you don't have to be respectful. You can call them the whackers.
Yeah.
You can say you hate Keyshawn. I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes I don't like Keyshawn either.
Yeah, that's fair. All right, let's go to Ron, who is a professional poker player. I don't know that that's true. Ron, you're on Sunday Karma. Go ahead, buddy.
I'm definitely not a professional poker player.
I know you're not. I just wanted to say
literally for two guys that I call in often, far too often for a man of my age, and give crap to. I literally just wanted to call and tell you guys I hope you both have a Merry Christmas. Thanks for being good sports throughout the year. You guys entertain me, give me a diversion from the BS of real life, and I appreciate you guys for it.
Thanks, Ron. That was very kind of you. Merry Christmas to you and your family as well, and I hope you have a happy holiday season.
I missed Ron's call. It wasn't spectacular at all. He
just wished you Merry Christmas. That's all.
Happy holidays, Ron. Are you not calling during the week?
So hold on. So I'm glad he brings up the holidays because last night I took a call, and I think this is the same Scott. I could be wrong. But
he says he knows you.
Oh, then yeah, it's the same Scott. So Scott called in last night.
Yes, sir.
And he said, this ruined Christmas. And I hung up on him and I said, Scott, you have a family. It didn't ruin Christmas.
It didn't ruin Christmas for me because I'm still optimistic.
Well, Scott's been able to sleep now. So I want to see if he's going to walk that back from last night. Scott said, this ruined Christmas, Strofe. I said, Scott, you have kids, man. This didn't ruin Christmas.
Santa Claus not coming no more.
Scott in Fort Worth, go ahead.
Hey, Alex, thanks for taking my call. I had a chance to sleep on it. Hey, my kids are adults, man. They're not little kids or anything like that.
I mean, I don't care. You have a family, Scott. You can't let a football team ruin Christmas, Scott.
I was trying to tell you after you hung up there. I said, well, at least it's tainted a little bit. But let me tell you something. So I had a chance to sleep on it, right?
Sure.
And I got up and I was petting my dogs. And I said, all right, let me go out to the store. I got to run some errands early in the morning, 8:30.
Yep.
So I go to the supermarket. Now, remind you where I'm at. I'm in Dallas, Fort Worth. What do you think the first damn thing I saw was this morning at the supermarket? A Bears fan, all decked up in their crap. And I could not believe it, which then started getting me thinking about the game driving around town this morning.
Oh, no.
And just getting more furious about it. But I still do not believe that Bisaccia has a job right now. I do blame Bisaccia. I mean, some people you can point the finger at Dobbs because he did so. Yeah, but you've got 3 of your 5 losses this year are direct result of clutch time special teams.
Sure.
And that's his coaching.
So hold on, Scott. Can I just cut you off real quick? Because I think it's a worthwhile conversation to have, and I'll let you continue. I just think last night is probably the hardest of the 3 to point at Bisaccia and go, hey, this is your fault, when a wide receiver is required to catch a football or land on a football, I guess, in this scenario. I agree with you. I think there was a conversation to have of this goes to Matt LaFleur and Brian Gutekunst for not being willing to make a change at special teams coordinator. That's a conversation I'm willing to have. But to blame Bisaccia last night for something Romeo Doubs has done 100 million times in his life, and that is catch a football, that's where I get tied up. But I'm not disagreeing with the overall point. I do not believe Rich Bisaccia should be the special teams coordinator on December 21st, 2025 for the Packers. But I think last night is the hardest of the three to point the finger at him. That's just the point I was trying to make both last night and today.
And that's fair enough. And so, but I think all year the fan base has been all in pretty much agreement that the special teams is a hell of a problem, and if you don't fix it, it's going to bite you. Now, go back a few years when I don't remember who the coordinator was, but all year long the fans were screaming that the special teams are going to cost us, and in the 49er game in the snow, it did. So it's like, does the organization? I mean, I know we're just fans and everybody has varying opinions. But do the fans not count? Like, everybody on planet Earth who's a Packers fan saw that was a problem and was begging the organization to make a change, and they didn't until it affected them in the playoffs. So it's like, we're not dumb. We're not the greatest, brainiacs in sports ever. Fans are. But when you have a great big consensus of fans saying this is a problem, it's just that season all over again. Are they waiting for them to make the playoffs before special teams cost them again? And then lastly, before I get on the phone with y'all, I don't like Keyshawn Nixon. I don't like him. He's got a big mouth, a big ego, and he gets burned more times. I don't understand why he runs his mouth and gets 15-yard penalties like he did the first Chicago game when he ain't doing nothing special out there. I don't see him getting pick sixes. I don't see him getting any picks. I see him getting burned more than I see anything else. So he just needs to shut his trap. And y'all were mentioning earlier about, the Packers lost, and what do you think is going to happen if we play these guys a third time? Well, don't forget, Chicago ain't playing with their top two receivers, I think, both games that we played them. And I think Chicago might run us out the gym if he actually has his good receivers to throw to, because our corners suck. Now, Bullard and McKinney are good. Our safeties are good. But our corners are garbage. I'm 53 years old. I bet you I can go out there and cover just a wee bit better. But they're bad, man. They're bad. I hope they better do something in the offseason. Whether it be free agency.
You're right. So hold on, Scott. I agree with that on corners, right? You got to upgrade. The Nate Hobbs experiment, I would imagine it's over after this year. They don't trust him. And you were down Evan Williams last night, and you mentioned the safeties, Bullard and McKinney. Bullard's been their slot guy, so he's been a corner more so than a safety.
And he plays so well.
When Evan Williams has been healthy. Now, Bullard got moved back to safety, and you're right, Kyle. He did play well yesterday at safety.
Great tackle.
But Nate Hobbs is not good. Keyshawn Nixon has.
Well, Nate wasn't an issue yesterday. At the end of the day, it's just it comes down to we can be mad at the corners because yes, they had some.
Nixon has not been as good as he was early in the season.
I believe he's allowed 3 touchdowns in the last 4 games. I believe that
2 of them were yesterday.
Cortland, he allowed 1.
Both of them yesterday.
DJ Moore he got cooked.
DJ Moore and the regular the touchdown to, I'm blanking on his name, but number 20.
The undrafted
that was Nixon too.
Free agent. Blown coverage. So
I agree. He's been disappointing, and I saw Scott commented earlier on YouTube something to the effect of, "Hey, why is he not returning punts?"
Listen, I don't know. I don't know.
They didn't have a real plan, and they still don't have a real plan, and it's going to be week 17,
which is pathetic.
Yeah, but again, that goes back to the Rich point. Right, it goes back to the Rich Bisaccia point. So again, I am not blaming Rich Bisaccia for the shortcoming yesterday.
That he has.
I understand that, but you have to have a better plan. You can't go into Week 17 without a legitimate punt returner,
kick returner. We get nothing.
And maybe McCole Hardman, they tried the McCole Hardman thing in the offseason. Maybe he just wasn't good enough. I understand that, but you have to have a contingency plan. And they don't have a solid one. They haven't had a consistent punt or kick returner all season.
Well, maybe it might be time to draft somebody in the draft that is a specialist of that.
Corralling my chaos on YouTube. Rich is responsible for his group. His group is responsible for a disproportionate amount of costly mistakes. That's fair. Yesterday was on Dobbs more than Bisaccia, but Bisaccia being employed is a different problem. That I agree with. More of your calls, Palermo's picks, all still ahead. It is Sunday Karma, ESPN Wisconsin.
This is Sunday Karma on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
The holiday season is here, and the countdown to 2026 has begun at Lake Lawn Resort. With all the holiday stress happening these days, imagine waking up next to a cozy fire in your own private suite along the shoreline of Delavan Lake. Enjoy much-deserved pampering at the award-winning Caladora Spa and special holiday dining options throughout the resort all month long, including at the signature 1878 on the lake. Book your holiday escape today, and don't forget to purchase those last-minute gift cards and receive free bonus money at Lake Lawn Resort, where the spirit of the season comes to life and everything is truly better at the lake.
Hey football fans, get ready for kickoff with homemade party must-haves this week at Sendik's. Start with delicious dips, guacamole, pico de gallo, potato chips, and popcorn. Score big with over 20 varieties of homemade sausage and gourmet burgers. Then, stop by Sendik's Deli for homemade salads, side dishes, and even pinza pizzas. All made from scratch every day. Sendik's, your trusted local grocer.
When winter hits Wisconsin hard, Safe Plow hits back. Founded by two locals who know winter inside and out, Safe Plow delivers no-tolerance snow removal, meaning they're on it before, during, and after every storm for hospitals, retail centers, and all businesses that can't afford downtime. From small driveways to massive parking lots, Safe Plow's dedicated team keeps your property clear, safe, and accessible, prioritizing handicap ramps and disabled parking every time. At Safe Plow, they handle the blizzard, you handle your business. Serving Madison, Milwaukee, and all of southeastern Wisconsin. Book now at safeplow.com.
Experience the excellence of Catholic Memorial High School for yourself. Come see how students gain a competitive edge at CMH. Visit CatholicMemorial.net to schedule a VIP tour or Student Shadow Day. Meet the inspiring teachers, welcoming students, and feel the energy of the CMH culture, where all students achieve more than they ever imagined possible. Visit CatholicMemorial.net to schedule your visit. That's CatholicMemorial.net. Catholic Memorial High School in Waukesha, where you rise.
The holidays are the perfect time to thank the people who make your business shine. At Alpha Custom Apparel, we help you create custom gifts and branded apparel that show true appreciation. Whether it's polished polos for your sales team, cozy quarter zips for employees, or thoughtful giveaways for your best clients. We make it easy with fast turnaround, creative options, and Midwest service you can count on. This season, give gifts that build pride and strengthen relationships long after the holidays are over. Visit alphacustomapparel.com and start your holiday gifting today.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Game Night, so for Events by Design. Events like appreciation parties and retreats can go a long way towards boosting morale and retaining top talent. Events by Design is your go-to creative partner for employee events that truly make an impact. They help leaders retain top talent by making their people feel seen, valued, and celebrated. The creative team at Events by Design does all the planning and production, making sure things not only look great, but also work. Make a smart investment in your culture today. Search online, Events by Design. They design, you party.
Hi, this is John Neal, CPA, best-selling author and founder of the Neal Group. As we get closer to the end of the year, what can you do to make sure you are not paying more in taxes than you have to? What deductions are commonly overlooked? What new items were created by the new tax law? How will the changes affect you? You still have time to get your books in order to make sure you don't pay more in taxes than you absolutely have to. Avoiding taxes is perfectly fine. Evading taxes can land you in prison. Remember last year when you said never again? Don't do the same thing this year and expect different results. You earned it. We help you keep it. Call 414-325-2040 now to set up a meeting to see how you can take advantage of all the tax laws. Don't be surprised again on April 15th. The first meeting is free. That's 414-325-2040 or visit us at nealgroup.net. That's NEAL Group.net.
Whether it's breaking Packers news, breaking Bucks news, or breaking Brewers news, we are Milwaukee's place for the biggest sports stories right when they happen on 94.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
All my life, they be trying to keep me down. This time.
This is Sunday Karma on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Sunday Karma continues, ESPN Wisconsin. We will get back to the phone lines and some of your texts in just a moment. But first, Kyle Wallace is going to tell us about our friends over at Gruber Law Offices.
One call, that's all with Gruber Law Offices. Listen, if you or a loved one is ever in an accident, do not fret, do not worry, because right here in our state of Wisconsin, we have a law firm in Gruber Law Offices that will stand up for you, because that's what they do. They stand up for victims. They take the burden off your shoulders, and they allow you to focus on healing while they fight for you. And you know what I love? Is the fact that you never pay a single penny, not a cent, until they win your case. So get with the winning law firm here that you know the name, you know the image, but you know the results because they are proven. It's with Gruber Law Offices. Visit them today at gruber-law.com. That is gruber-law.com. It's one call. That's all at 414-276-6666. That's 414-276-6666 is one call. That's all with Gruber Law Offices.
He is Kyle Wallace. I'm Alex Stroke with you for about another 15 minutes or so on Sunday Karma. Has this been therapeutic for you, Kyle?
Yeah, get it out. I was so mad yesterday when I left that party.
I was too. Oh, yeah, that's right.
You
in public watching a Packers game is never good.
I had to contain myself, and then when obviously the game ends the way it ended, and so everybody, you got people cheering, people saying, "Oh, I was a Bears fan that was silent the whole time," and then he got loud then, and I went and I hugged the person and thanked him for having me come. But what's funny is after it happened, I looked at baby girl and I said, "You ready?" She said, "Let's go." I said, "Okay, thank you, baby.
Yeah.
Let's get up out of here."
She knows what she's doing.
Yeah.
Randy in Grafton. Randy, go ahead on the Packers' loss in Chicago, 22-16 in overtime.
Yeah, I'm calling off the fan thing, and I'm just going to throw a bunch of stuff at you guys, and you can comment accordingly. Sure. I'm an older guy, and I was a fan of the Bears, became a fan of the Bears way back when because of Ditka. I know a lot of Packers fans. I'm a Packer fan first, and I know a lot of both kinds of fans. With regards to the Bear fans, from what I see, they just got to mature. You got to give them some time to experience the winning and allow them to contrast that to the time when they were losing. So it's just a matter of maturing as a fan. The other thing is, I got to say this about Caleb. To me, overtime was a start over, and Caleb did get the job done, even though his overall performance is not as consistent or high. And on the Dobbs thing, yes, I agree that there are two separate issues, but I also know Dobbs will likely never repeat the mistake he did last night, but Bisaccia probably will.
Sure.
And the last thing I want to ask you guys is, do you think Caleb's ceiling is higher than Love's?
No, I don't. I mean, maybe, I guess. But that's a number one overall pick versus a late first round pick. Ceiling I struggle with because I think it comes down to consistency ultimately, right? Like you can ride the highs and lows of a super athlete like Caleb Williams, so it's a fair question, I guess, but it's very clear to me right now who the more consistent quarterback is. Like if you asked me, Randy, who do you want for the next 5 years, contracts aside, because Williams is obviously still on that rookie deal. I'm picking Love. I am. And I don't even know that that's biased. Obviously, I am a Packers fan, but I'm picking Love. I just think the consistency, the accuracy, and when you talk about ceiling, right, the way we've seen Jordan Love evolve with the deep ball wasn't something you got to see yesterday because he got knocked out early in the second quarter. But I think Jordan Love's the better quarterback. Now, I think Caleb Williams, to give him credit, which I don't often do, but I will after last night, is he didn't get down on himself, man. I didn't think he played very well the first 3.5 quarters. And like he's done all season, it seems, that's now the Bears' record-breaking 6th come-from-behind victory in the fourth quarter or overtime this season. He comes through and makes the play. That was a big-time throw in overtime to DJ Moore. That was a big-time throw. That was an awesome throw by Caleb Williams. And I said at the beginning of the show, I don't know how many quarterbacks in the National Football League are making that throw. Caleb Williams is one of them. I'd put Jordan Love as one of those quarterbacks too, though. So that's where I'd go with that. But ceiling, it's hard because consistency matters when it comes to ceiling. I think the floor is definitely lower with Caleb just because he's younger and less developed.
I don't want to be a hater, but, I mean, you say you can't. I mean, again, Matthew Stafford makes that throw. Dak Prescott makes that throw. Jordan Love makes that throw. Pat Mahomes makes that throw. Drake May makes that throw. Josh Allen makes that throw.
Mm-hmm.
Who else makes
Joe
that?
Burrow.
Joe Burrow makes
Mahomes, if you didn't say him.
Aaron Rodgers.
Maybe 3 years ago.
2 years ago makes that throw.
That's probably the end of the list. Darnold, maybe, but it also could be an interception.
Sam Darnold's a hit or miss. I think Bo Nix makes that throw. I've seen Bo Nix throw some dime passes. But no, it was a pretty ball. It was a pretty ball. Justin Herbert makes that throw.
Mo, who's in medical radiology.
You know Mo, right?
I think so.
Yeah, Mo.
You know Mo. Mo, talk to me. Is this Mo in Illinois?
Yeah.
Yeah, Mo, go ahead. Medical radiology.
What's up, guys?
Didn't know that. Sorry, Mo. Go ahead.
No, you're okay. If you ever need an X-ray coming down to Chicago, I got you.
Yes, sir.
Here's the thing, man. I'm just gutted, honestly. Like I'm watching with my Bears buddies yesterday, and for 57 minutes, it looks like we're getting the win. But here's what ticks me off. I'm just kind of tired of people blaming like Bisaccia and LaFleur and coaches. Like, when are we going to start holding these players who make millions and millions of dollars accountable? Like, when are we going to start blaming those guys? Guys that, Romeo Dobbs is backpedaling to Lake Michigan on that onside kick. I don't know what the heck he's doing. I really don't.
Listen, Mo, can I just tell you what it was? He was nervous.
Yeah.
He was nervous. He was scared. Like he pooped the bed. That's what happened. He backed up instead of being aggressive to go get it. He was nervous. He dropped the ball and then he panicked instead of just falling on top of it. He panicked. He didn't want to get hit. And then he got hurt. I mean, I'm not saying he didn't get hurt. I'm saying he was on the ground after. So I mean, he just panicked. That's what happened. He was not ready for that moment.
I mean, he's not ready for that moment. He pooped his pants, but that's where I feel like, okay, the Bisaccia and the coaches, do they not see that in practice? Like, I know it's a different atmosphere, environment, practice, and game time, but all you had to do was catch the pass, and we have a generational game from Malik Willis, our backup quarterback, and we're celebrating. But my one fear is this, and this is the last thing I'll say is this. My one fear, and maybe this is just out of emotion because I'm still hot, clearly.
Yep.
I fear that this game will have the same effect that it did on the Bears last year after the Hail Mary against Washington. That's just my fear. I hope.
I disagree. I hope you're wrong too, but no, I disagree. I'm not one to make excuses for losses because, especially in a game where I say the Packers lost more so than the Bears won, and obviously both of those things are true, but the Packers blew that game. You didn't have Jordan Love. You lose half of your tight ends. Defensively, you're beat up. You're without Evan Williams. I'm not even going to bring up the guys that are on IR, like Devontae Wyatt, Micah Parsons, and Tucker Kraft, and Elton Jenkins. But you're effectively half your lineup is your backups last night. I don't think it's going to have a spiral effect. I think the Packers rebound on Saturday against Baltimore. Even if Jordan Love doesn't play, I still think Malik Willis can win that game. And also, I appreciated from Mo, and maybe this is just a 2025 use of the word generational, but a generational game from a backup quarterback is a little strong considering 15 years ago we watched a backup quarterback lay 6 touchdowns on an opponent for the Green Bay Packers and Matt Flynn. Generational game from the backup. It was a really good game from Malik. Generational is probably a little strong. All right, we wrap up the show. Palermo's Picks. That's next on Sunday Karma.
This is Sunday Karma on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. With Wilde and Tausch, you won't miss a play.
Nobody should be writing the season off. The idea of being one of the top teams without 2 of your best players is a big reach. But this is a season that you can find ways to do it.
Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
You think anybody ever feels sorry for the Green Bay Packers? They don't. And they shouldn't, and you shouldn't.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN, ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube channel, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
The holidays are always a wonderful time to get engaged.
And this is the perfect year to do it.
Really?
Why is that? We have a special collection of Double Dog Dazzling engagement rings for just $3,998.
Tell her what makes them Double Dog dazzling, Monica.
These bridal sets are covered in diamonds and have a 3-carat created diamond center stone. Wow.
Or you can choose a 3/4 carat natural diamond for just $1,798. And Kessler's will contribute a free 14-carat gold mounting and mount your diamond in it for you.
Wow. Or you can get 5 matching diamonds side by side that spread all across the top of your finger.
2 carats total weight.
5 big created diamonds in a ring that will rock the house. Tell her how much, Rick.
$1,998.
Wow.
You guessed it, Sarah. We call it the Wow Collection.
18-month financing at 0% is available.
For the location of the Kessler's nearest you and our holiday hours, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
Give the gift of a special night out from the Bartolotta Restaurants. Purchase a gift card at Bartolottas.com and get a $20 holiday bonus for every $100 you spend. Happy holidays from all of us at the Bartolotta Restaurants, and thank you, Milwaukee.
It's the holiday season, the best time of the year for sports. Bowl games, basketball matchups, playoff pushes, it's all happening at once. Hey, it's Mark Tauscher with ESPN Wisconsin, and there's one place where it always feels good to be right. Prize Picks. It's the simplest way to play daily fantasy. Make your player picks in less than 60 seconds. Just choose more or less on at least 2 player stats. You get them right, you can cash in. And new this season, early payouts. If your lineup gets off to a hot start, you might be able to cash up before the game even ends. And with stacks, you could pick the same player up to 3 times in one lineup. Like more on Giannis's rebounds, points, threes, assists. You can only do that on Prize Picks. Deposits are fast and easy with Venmo, Apple Pay, MasterCard, and more. Download the Prize Picks app today. Use code WI to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code WI to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It's good to be right.
Looking up at the Marquette banners, brought to you by Saganiac Planning. Number 15 retired in honor of Butch Lee. He finished in 78, and the number retired the next season. It's hard to believe that any player could ever equal what Butch Lee did at Marquette. Part of the national championship team in 77, and the Final Four MVP, and the next season, the consensus National Player of the Year. So much success, it's not necessary to bring up any statistics. Number 15, Butch Lee, did everything. Running a business means taking care of your team and your bottom line. For over 50 years, Saganiac Planning has helped small businesses build smarter, more affordable medical and employee benefit plans. From health insurance to customized coverage options, our experts make it simple to protect your people and your future. Saganiac Planning, your partner in planning confidence. Visit SaganiacPlanning.com or call John Saganiac Jr. today to get started. 262-783-6161.
It's that time.
Yes, it's finally here.
Craig makes his picks of the week.
You can bet the house on it.
Picks of the week on Sunday Karma with Craig Karmazin. Presented by Palermo's Pizza, Wisconsin's hometown pizza.
Can't wait to see what happens next.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
All right, we are out of time. Sunday Karma, ESPN, Wisconsin. Alex Stroff, Kyle Wallace with you for 40 more seconds. As the Packers lose last night in Chicago to the Bears, 22-16 in overtime. Gross, but is what it is. The Packers will have the opportunity to rebound in what is likely their final home game of the season. It is their final home game of the regular season, but could be their final home game, period. Maybe Kyle doesn't think so, though. He thinks they have the chance to win out and Bears could lose out and they could still win the division, get a home playoff game. But
I think it's a 50% chance that happens.
All right, I like that. Mathematically, it's probably less than that, but I like the Kyle Wallace
I'm more worried
math.
about the Packers winning, taking care of business without Jordan.
Then you are the Bears losing?
Yes.
Interesting. Okay, well, it's Packers-Ravens next Saturday. I will be with you for Green Bay Game Day Saturday live from outside of Lambeau Field, but Craig, Greg, and Kyle are back with you next Sunday for your post-game show Sunday morning after Packers-Ravens next Saturday night at Lambeau Field. What are you watching today? What's on the TV today, Kyle? Anything that's sticking out to you? I'll take that as a no.
I don't know. I got to get my fantasy lineup set. I got to go to brunch.
You got 90 seconds, so you better figure that out.
So, yep.
Sunday night game is interesting. You can kind of look ahead. Ravens play on Sunday night against the Patriots tonight. So you can look ahead to next week's opponent. 12 o'clock game, first place in the NFC South. That's what I'm watching. Buccaneers-Panthers. The Bucs are 3-point road favorites. That one's got my attention. Jags-Broncos at 3:05. That's a fun one. Two of the best teams in the AFC. And then, of course, Steelers-Lions at 3:25. Those are the big games. All right, that will do it for us. I'm going to try to do it. Stay together. Something today, thrive tomorrow. You have been listening to Sunday Karma. That will do it for us. Kyle, send us out.
Peace.
Spark to a fire, then a flame and kiss it. Go hard in my lane, both tracks in the blizzard. Hit me in the brain, gotta roll with the vision. Vision of a good time, all I want to know when the
This is ESPN Wisconsin and ESPNWisconsin.com.
As the year winds down, we all pause to take stock of where we've been and where we want to go next.